Today, I'm flying British Airways from London Heathrow to Tirana, Albania, and I've flown quite a few airlines over the years, but this is the first time I've almost missed a flight because the airline thought I couldn't travel. British Airways is the UK's flag carrier and one of the most recognizable airlines in the world, but with an airline of that reputation, you'd expect a pretty smooth experience from start to finish. So after the rather unexpected start to this journey, let's see what British Airways is really like. So I'm currently at the airport, as you can see. I checked in online, so they told me to just go straight to security. I'm going to be flying British Airways today and I'm going to be going to Albania. I have never been to Albania before. Pretty excited. Today's trip is on an A320 and it's a 3-hour flight. So yeah, pretty short one today, but yeah, let's hope the flight is good. One of these days. Okay, so major issue. If you guys don't know, I have a Nigerian passport, but I have a UK visa, right? And on the official Albanian embassy and the e-visa stuff, it says that citizens from any nationality can travel to Albania up to 90 days with a valid multiple entry UK visa, which I have. And on getting here, what they have on that, because I'm flying British Airways, what they have on that system is that I can't travel. I should try and apply for an e-visa on this particular link. But when I click that particular link, it says, I don't know if you guys can read it, number 2. But British Airways seem to follow their own screen, which is quite insane, because the link which they're telling me to register for an e-visa on tells me that I don't need an e-visa. So after almost an hour, the British Airways staff were finally able to clear me to travel. The issue was that their internal passenger requirements didn't match Albania's official immigration guidance, which confirmed that I could enter with my UK visa. Not exactly the smoothest way to start the trip. Thankfully it was resolved, but it was a bit frustrating that I nearly missed my flight because British Airways system wasn't aligned with the actual entry requirements. So I've been chilling at the airport for the past 20 minutes waiting for my gates. And I just deep that the airport is actually a very boring place to be if you don't have lounge access. God, change my story. A few moments later, they announced boarding and I made my way onto the plane. And honestly, there's still something about walking down a jet bridge that never gets old.
Hello, welcome on board. Thank you.
Today's flight is on one of British Airways' 60 Airbus A320-200 aircraft. It features a 2-class layout with 30 business class seats and 132 economy seats. That said, the business class seats are identical to those in economy, the only difference being that the middle seat is blocked off with a divider for a bit of extra personal space. I was seated in 12A, which I selected during online check-in. Economy passengers share 2 rear lavatories, while business class has its own at the front.
Let's good news, we've got about 20 minutes to wait on stand because of the weather in Europe, and especially the central part of Europe, so towards the code.
Okay, so the captain just announced that we're going to be on standby for the next 20 minutes, but he also made a call that if we want to come to the flight deck that we can, so that's an opportunity I'm not going to say no to. Hi guys.
How's everything? You alright?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah? Yes. It is going to be 370, so what, 37,000 feet. It depends on your weight and the winds and the performance of the aircraft, but apparently the winds are favourable at that altitude, so is it what you expected?
I'm more of like a Boeing guy, so like I prefer the yield.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Do you need to get type rated on the A320 or like?
Yeah,
okay.
On every aircraft you fly.
Okay, first.
Yeah.
How long have you been in BA, if I may ask?
Since 2019, so 7 years.
Perfect. I just got my very first Sam Chui moment. As an aviation geek, it's always nice when you go into the cockpit and speak to the pilots, and yeah, it's just something that has made this flight a bit better. After waiting an extra 20 minutes by the gate, we finally pushed back and began taxiing towards the runway, and I even managed to spot a very special guest along the way. A few minutes later, we made our way down the runway, and being in a window seat, I got some fantastic views of London's skyline as we climbed out. Okay, so we are currently airborne. Pretty smooth takeoff. Yeah, they're about to start the meal service. Well, not really the meal service, but like snacks and shit.
I really be eating snacks and shit.
Flight time today is 2.5 hours. The pilot said it's going to speed up because of the delay, so hopefully we still reach Tirana in decent time. After the meal, I will do a seat tour. So these are the snacks we were given: milk, chocolate, hobnobs, and Harrogate spring water. British Airways, I'm a bit disappointed. Come on, it's a short haul flight, but still, I can't get apple juice or like a coffee or something. The seats are 17.5 inches wide, which honestly didn't feel restrictive for a short haul flight. I sat by an emergency exit, so I had a considerable amount of legroom even at 6'2". If you require some extra legroom, definitely consider an exit row seat. As a bonus, you also get an extra armrest on this seat. In front of the seat was a menu where you can buy food because British Airways doesn't provide complimentary meals on economy flights like this. In the seat pocket, you had your regular safety card, which again, everyone should absolutely read, by the way, and you also had an air sickness bag. I had 3 of them for some reason. Either it was a mistake or the previous passenger wasn't really a fan of flying. Wi-Fi was available on board, although it wasn't free, and according to my seat neighbor, it wasn't particularly good either. The tray table was actually larger than I expected, although unless you're buying food on board, you probably won't get much use out of it. Each seat had an adjustable headrest, which was nice to have, although it didn't offer a huge amount of support. The seats also have a generous 3 inches of recline, which may be helpful if you're trying to get some sleep. One of the reasons I dislike short haul flights is that you don't have any in-flight entertainment. I mean, granted, I don't really watch TV on the in-flight entertainment systems, but at least it's always nice to know that you have the option to watch a movie or watch a series if you want to. Also, I could follow the status of the flight, I could see the altitude, I could see how many more hours we have to go, but I don't have any screens, so yeah, it's just boring. But to help pass the time, my seat neighbor noticed me filming and asked if I was a creator. Turned out he was Albanian, and we started talking about Albania. What's your best local dish to eat? Because I want to eat something local. What's a local dish to eat?
They have this terrain. They have their own menu, so you buy it you pay I think £30 or €30 per person.
So it's like a 5-course meal or what?
Yeah, so they bring their own stuff. They ask you what meat you want, like beef, lamb,
chicken,
yeah, and they bring their own menu.
We ended up speaking for the rest of the flight, and he gave me some really great tips and recommendations on places to visit. So shout out friendly Albanian seat neighbor guy. Before you knew it, we had begun our descent into Albania, and shortly after we touched down at Tirana airport, and I was completely caught off guard when half the cabin started clapping. If you're watching this, I really hope you're not one of those people who claps when the plane lands. We taxied and made our way towards the gate, but it seemed like they only have bus gates at Tirana. After what seemed like a 30-second drive, we finally got to the gates. So what did I think of my British Airways experience? Overall, it wasn't particularly impressive. Between the boarding issue, the lackluster onboard service and fairly basic amenities, British Airways left me expecting a little bit more, even on a short haul route. Just leaving the airport. It's pretty chill. I think it's about 20 degrees now. But yeah, welcome to Albania. But getting here was just the beginning. Over the next few videos, I'll be exploring Albania, finding out whether this is genuinely one of Europe's best value destinations, exploring cities, hidden spots, and a few surprises I definitely wasn't expecting.